Wow, we have been on quite a ride mentally, physically, spiritually this year and especially the past quarter. I hope that this message finds you and your family safe, sound, and healthy. Personally, I've dealt with all the emotions most have probably felt over the past quarter, from happiness to sadness, from grateful to wondering what's coming next. We must take time to make sure we are set up for success, which means that our thinking is clear and we're ready to help others. I've spent more time this past quarter speaking with our iWealth team, other wealth advisors, and friends about making sure they are looking at living in gratitude so they can help their own family and friends. I'm not going to debate the merits of COVID-19 shutdown, but I do know that the virus is real, and so are the consequences of shutting people off from their friends, family, and businesses being shut down. It is this precise moment when we need to be grounded in our values, faith, and family so we can be grateful for what we do have. Speaking of being grateful, the second quarter of 2020 was one for the record books. When we look back at what took place in the first quarter, you may remember me stating that I didn't have any anxiety about the markets going down 30% from the highs we had. The government tossed everything they had at this pandemic to help stimulate the economy and take care of people. From the stimulus checks to the PPP loans for businesses and the Fed moves, we have all been in lockstep to prop things up and get us back to normal as soon as possible. The second quarter definitely saw the fruits of that labor. In the second quarter of 2020, we saw the Dow Jones Industrial Average, 30 large company stocks, go up over 18%. It's the best quarter since 1987. We watched the S&P 500 large company stocks, rise 20%, followed by the NASDAQ at a 30% gain. Those are monster numbers. Just in one quarter, bouncing off the lows we had in the first quarter as the economy picked up from the bottom. If you panicked and called us to move your money from being invested to the sidelines, you would have missed out on the recovery we've already witnessed. No one could have predicted this type of recovery, which is why it's so hard to time the market. It is critical to be diversified, have your risk determined, and trust the process of long-term investing. It sounds easy, but when the markets are down 30%, our minds try to convince us it's different this time, which, by the way, are the four most dangerous words in investing. So congratulations on staying the course and letting your accounts come back. So where do we go from here? That's a good question, since this is far from being on the other side of the pandemic. We also have an election coming, and that too will cause uncertainty. We need to keep in mind that long term, whether it's a Republican or a Democrat in office, it really doesn't matter. But here's what matters: policy. Whether there's a big policy shift, it can change things for the future, like taxes, social programs, etc. Again, I'm not going to debate the merits here, but what I want to make sure that you're aware of is that history of our elections, whether it's Republican or Democrat, the markets typically don't favor one over the other. The number one thing is to be sure your income is solid for the next couple of years. But in case this market continues to be volatile, you want to be in place. If you are unsure of that income, then please give us a call so we can help you. As long as you did not dollar cost average out of your portfolios during the downturn, you should be just fine. That's true in any downturn, so just make sure you have some cash on hand or an investment management system that preserves some cash and income and mitigates some risk. Finally, on each and every day, look to find balance in your life and be in gratitude with everything you do. Help out a neighbor, a friend, or a family member. It is so easy to do when you have your own mind and body aligned, but very difficult if you spend too much time focused on negative thoughts and emotions. It's summer in Minnesota, and I don't know about you, but I plan on making the best of this beautiful time of year. Blessings to you and your family.